Hey, what's up everybody? Dave here with another new comic book day haul and recommendations video for all of you. And before we get into that, we're going to do a quick shout out. And today's shout out is going to be for Paul in the 619. He's got a great channel with some cool content, and he's a very big supporter. He's into Dungeons and Dragons, baseball cards, wrestling, comics. He also collects figures and D&D figurines. He does shorts and comic haul videos. Showing his pickups. He did one for Free Comic Book Day recently, which was really cool, where he had some figures that he picked up, as well as this crazy D&D figurine called a zombie clot. It was a really big figurine, like creepy looking thing too. So it was really cool. He's also got some other videos on there involving men's softball and some convention fun. So at the time of this recording, he's currently at 201 subscribers. So if you haven't heard of his channel, you haven't checked out his content yet, please do so. You're definitely not going to be disappointed. All right, everybody, got a nice fat stack here. This is books from last week and this week. So let's jump right in. I'm starting out with last week's books. First off is Clear, issue number 3 from Dark Horse Comics, and this is the cover A. Then we got Quicksand, issue number 1 from Scout Comics. That's the cover A. Second Coming Trinity, issue number 2 from Ahoy Comics, and this is going to be the cover A. Phantom Road, issue number 3 from Image Comics, and this is the cover A. And we got a few Junkyard Joe covers. We got cover A. This is Junkyard Joe number 6 from Image Comics, and this is going to be the cover B. That one's pretty cool. And then we got the cover C. And then we got cover D. Then we got a couple Dream Master ones. So we got Dream Master issue number 5 from Black Box Comics, and this is the cover A. So wraparound. And then cover B. And then we got the cover C, that's Virgin variant. And this one's really cool. Cover D, Virgin variant of cover B. And then we got Something Epic, issue number 1 from Image Comics, and this is going to be the cover D. Nice, Amazing Fantasy 15 homage. And then this is the Blanc variant, cover G. Now these two didn't come out last week. They actually came out last year, but I picked them up because I saw a video on Philtastic's channel of Mrs. Philtastic doing a review of issue number 5. So I picked up issue 1 and 2. It's a Dark Ride from Image Comics, and this is the cover A. And this is issue number 2, cover A. And then I've got a trade paperback. We got Stillwater, trade paperback volume 3, and this collects issues number 13 through 18, as well as The Escape number 1. And then I've got a 2000 AD Prague, issue number 2298. And now for this week's books, I got Gunslinger Spawn, issue number 20, cover A. It's a pretty damn cool cover. And then Little Monsters, issue number 13 from Image Comics, and this is the cover A. A nice little homage to Jeff Lemire's other series from a few years back, Descender. And this one's really cool. We got cover B. And then a last minute pickup. This wasn't originally on my pull list, but I picked it up at the last minute because I read some nice things about it. Arcade Kings, issue number 1 from Image Comics, and this is the cover A. And then finally I've got Judge Dredd Magazine, issue number 454. Everybody, so let's talk about my top 3 favorite books from this haul. And just so you know, there will be spoilers ahead. I got my buddy Soundwave and Ravage here to help me out. And the first one I'm going with is going to be Clear, issue number 3 from Dark Horse Comics. Let's jump in and check out some of the artwork for you. Alright, that's a little more. Alright. All right, so this has been a really interesting series, you know, and from the way it's worded at the end here, it says the end, so I'm guessing this is the end of the series, but hopefully it isn't. Hopefully there's going to be more to it. I feel like there should be. The writing's been really great in this series, and the artwork is just freaking awesome. But this one picks up where the previous issue ended, with Sam having jumped into the ocean off of the same bridge that his ex-wife Kendra did. He ends up being saved by the character The Widow, who's in a submarine with her minions. Inside, she ends up telling Sam that even though he thinks that he is, you know, clear, quote unquote clear, he isn't. There's another, well, there's not really another veil, but basically what happened is that over time they've manipulated the clear setting so that people who think they're clear actually are not. They've done it very subtly over many years so that they wouldn't notice it. So they're actually not clear. And even the worker robots that are out there, the works that he sees, are not actually robots as they appear to everybody, but they're basically indentured servants. They're people trying to work off a social debt so they can live normal lives again eventually. He has the large Baxter Veil program that Kendra was working on, and he gives it to the Widow, who ends up fixing it, and she gives it back to Sam along with a piece of her veil, which gives him the ability to be perceived by everyone else any way that he wants, so he can look like anybody to everybody else. He sets out to install the Baxter program at the central server farm, and he wants to do this because installing it is, according to the Widow, is going to cause the system to crash momentarily, allowing everybody to see the real world for what it is. He eventually gains access to the building, disguised as the man in charge, Mark Matters, but he's actually ambushed by the real Matters at the entrance to the server room, the main server room, and he's also ambushed by the yellow-eyed version of himself that he previously encountered. Now it turns out that the yellow-eyed version of himself is actually his ex-wife Kendra, and she actually didn't die in the first issue. Eventually she sides with Sam over Matters and ends up getting killed, while Matters is also shot and then killed by the workers who were there, who disable the safety protocols and allow Sam to install the Baxter program and crash the system. And in the end, he wonders what people will do once they glimpse the real world and see what is really happening. Will they turn away, or will they face reality? It feels like this could be like a TV miniseries one day. But from the start, it felt like Blade Runner to me, like kind of like that Blade Runner world, and it still does. But this one kind of added like a little dash of the Matrix to it for me, But this was a great read, and I really do hope that there is more to come with this. All right, and next up is going to be Something Epic, issue number 1 from Image Comics. Let's check out this very cool artwork here. I really like the art style for this book. Yeah, check that out. That's really cool. All right. Oops. There we go. All right, so this was a great first issue. It really was. It wasn't originally on my pull list, but I saw it in the store and I just had to pick it up. It looked pretty cool, so I picked it up to just give it a shot, and you know what? It was really good. So I love the art style, like I said, and the writing was just freaking amazing. This issue, it really gave me enough info to satisfy me and tell me, who the main character is, and what the problem or hardship is that he's facing. And that main character is Daniel, who he has a special gift that allows him to see things that others cannot. and he could basically see like parallel worlds and the inhabitants of them, and interact with them. We get introduced to some more characters that are in the series here that inhabit his home, these other characters from these other worlds, such as the vampire Marcellus and his creepy cat Mr. Drill. It's pretty interesting, it really is. All of this is taking a toll on Daniel, of course, and his life, and all the while he's living with his single mother who works a lot of days and long hours to support them. And not only is this such a strain, but we get a little hint at the end that there may be something really wrong with his mother, which is going to put another strain on him. And this really reminded me of The Sixth Sense. It's very much similar in a lot of ways, as you have the boy with the special gift that seems like a curse, and the kid's a recluse because of his gift, and he's got a single mother struggling to keep the family afloat and together. And this was actually a pleasant surprise, honestly. There was a bunch of books last week that honestly disappointed me, but this was very good pickup from last week. I'm looking forward to the next issue for sure. All right, and number 3, last but certainly not least, we got Little Monsters, issue number 13 from Image Comics. That killer cover, whew, awesome, man. All right, so let's check out some of the artwork here. Such awesome art style for this. All right. All right, this has been such a great series. Another Jeff Lemire classic. And on a side note, Phantom Road, it's another one by Jeff Lemire. That's shaping up to be a classic too. But anyway, this one's picking up in the heat of the action from the last issue. We got another vampire who ends up getting killed by Henig, and another one ends up getting burned by him, but manages to survive. Eventually, Henig is hit with a Molotov cocktail and killed by one of the vampires. And the vampire Billy, he seemingly goes like mad. He's just totally out of it, determined to get Laura and have her for a meal. But then we got Yui and Rami doing their best to get her away from Billy and take shelter due to the fact that the sun is actually coming up soon. Billy ends up throwing something in Yui's face, and she ends up not being able to help anymore, so she's got to... it's basically just Rami trying to get Laura out of there. And we have the character of Raymond. He ends up getting caught in one of Henig's traps that he left behind, and he just encourages Lucas to go help Laura and Rami and just leave him there, and he does. And Raymond has a nice little touching moment there where you have basically a ghost image of his deceased brother who comes and basically calms him down and stays with him till the end, because he's gonna die. He's stuck under a bunch of rocks. Well, his legs are crushed under a bunch of rocks, so he's stuck there. He can't get out of there, and the sun is about to come up, and it comes up and ends up killing him. Rami is on the run with Laura as Billy is hot on their trail, and all the while we're getting flashbacks to a secret meeting that happened back in the day between the main elder and Rami being told that he's the oldest one out of the kids, so he's going to be the one that has to take care of the others when the elders are gone. Rami makes basically the only decision that he can at this moment to save Laura from Billy, and that decision is, and again, spoiler alert, turn her into a vampire. If he turns into a vampire, Billy's not going to be able to eat her. He's not going to eat her because she's another vampire. So we have at the end of the book here, Laura becomes one of them, and we see Laura with Yui, Lucas, and Rami, the four of them, find a child wandering in the woods, and they offer the child to take the child in, saying he doesn't have to be alone, just like the elders did for the other vampires a long time ago. Not sure exactly what happened to Billy though. You just see him kind of distraught when he realizes what Rami's done, but they don't really say what happened to him, so kind of curious about that. I'm gonna have to try and do some research, I guess, because at the very end there, it's just the four of them, not five, that find this other kid and take him in. So I really enjoyed this series from start to finish, and again, the next Jeff Lemire series that's out right now is Phantom Road, and that's shaping up to be another Jeff Lemire classic, just like this one. There's amazing artwork through this whole series, amazing writing. Highly recommend this series. Alright everybody, so that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider hitting that good old like button and subscribing to the channel. And for everybody that's already subscribed to the channel, thanks very much. Your support's always much appreciated. Leave a comment down below if you like. Let me know what you think. Let me know what books you picked up, any recommendations, or just say hi. I always love hearing from everybody. Alright, so until next time, be safe and be well, and I'll catch you later.
I'm just